White supremacy. A very uncomfortable topic. Something I probably should stay away from, but unfortunately I do have an opinion. I have had my own run-in with being racist. I was racist in elementary school. I was playing soccer. I was great at sports. I was doing okay. We had some kids come from a different country, from Russia and Armenia, when I was in elementary school, and they were running away from some kind of, disaster or wartime. I don't know. I was a kid. But they were suddenly at our school, didn't speak English, had to have translators all the time. Not that that was the issue. But one of the Russian boys, his name was Vladimir, was great at soccer. He beat me all the time. I would try harder and harder and harder, and I just kept getting whooped. So I started to become increasingly hostile towards this individual. Not the whole of the Russian people, just this person. Making little snide comments, maybe doing a little hip check every once in a while, until one day I got so fed up with him and I had built up this anger inside my head of this person who came to my school, came on my soccer field, and beat me? Fuck no, we're not going to stand for this. So, got a couple of my friends, went after him, chased him up onto a playground play place, and then caught him as he was coming down the slide trying to escape. Hit him a couple times, being a little punk. Got sent to the principal's office, got suspended, so on and so forth. Never learned my lesson in that moment. Didn't apologize to this kid, but I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. I was a little snot-nosed piece of shit that claimed to own this school. That this person came in and interrupted what I understood to be true. That I was good. I was good enough. I'd almost cut out my place in this school, in this structure. And then this person comes in, this person who can't speak English, so doesn't feel any connection, can't speak the language, can't hear what the teachers are saying, has to have help, had to run away from whatever they knew, what was their home. And the one time that they probably had any sense of belonging in this new place was playing a sport. Sharing this activity that we all were familiar with. Kick the ball, get it into the net. Have fun while doing it. Do your best. And he did. And he beat me. Fair and square. He didn't cheat. He was just better than I was. And I wasn't having that. I decided that it was my responsibility to go and show him what was what. Because I didn't like that he beat me. So I don't know if it was fear. I don't know if it was just the fact that they were making me question something. But yeah, that's my experience with racism. And I was raised in California, where there was always a good mix of different people at the school. Always majority white, but always a good mix of people. I've had Iranian friends, I've had Muslim friends, I've had Jewish friends, I've had black friends, Mexican friends, Native American friends, all sorts of, doesn't matter. I mean, a majority white, but yeah. It's almost like TV. Mostly white people, but sometimes a good mix. But I also recognize that I was anti-racist too, or not anti-racist, but the racist that, Jordan Peele explores in Get Out, where I met who was my brother-in-law now, and he is, half black, half white. And when I first met him, I'd flown in, I think I was on leave from the military, and we were just riding in the car, and I was that jackass that, was uncomfortable in a conversation, didn't know what to do while sitting in a car with this new stranger and my sister as well. But started saying, dumb shit about fucking Not necessarily Obama and like, I would have voted for him and, a third time. It wasn't quite that bad, but it was basically along those lines where it was I recognize that things are different. You and I aren't necessarily the same, and now I'm going to ask questions that are geared towards making me seem more like an ally, which is dumb. I recognize now that you don't get to determine whether or not you're an ally. You get to just be you, and if what you do in your actions makes somebody else who is on a specific side say that you're an ally, well then maybe you could be an ally. But it's not on you. You don't get to decide that. You get to be you. But yeah, we're all the same. There is no such thing as race. There is the human race. We all started in the same spot, and we just happen to spread all over this amazing world. Then, based upon how much sun your ancestors got, we slightly changed our skin colors to suit our environment. That's it. You have darker skin, doesn't mean that you were marked by God as something bad. If anything, the way you should be thinking of it is those are humans who are humans of the sun. White people, if anything, you could call them the humans who lurked in darkness. Which, right, doesn't sound very good, but that is actually how it should be viewed. Oh, what about those caramel people? What about people in Mexico? Yeah, those are people who had lots of sun, but not quite as much as you might have had in, the Sahara. Or, in the crescent, the Fertile Crescent. But I think that it's very harmful that we're we're continuing to try and subgroup ourselves based upon the color of our skin. So those who are white supremacists, I think I understand that you might have thought that you had your place in this structure. And that people are coming by and they're showing you that they are better than you. Yes, this is something you and I have to accept. That we will not always be the best person at a specific task. But holding people back nowadays, when all of us should recognize that we are adults and that humanity, we all came from the same spot. We can let the racists be in the past. They made the mistake of trying to divide us into small subgroups. Mistakes that have been proven wrong time and time and time again. So I hear you. I at least understand a little bit of what racism is. I don't think that it's any kind of... I don't think that it shows strength. There are times that people try and convince themselves that being the supremacist is a symbol of strength. I recognize that it's actually because we feel afraid. When you feel afraid, you feel as though you have to attack out. That's why there's so much racism and so much segregation and all that kind of stuff in the prison system. That's not divided into race because they're proud. It's divided into race because it's fucking terrifying. Because you don't know who you can trust. And we fall into these goofy subgroups to say, no, these are how we're going to see each other. These are the subgroups we're going to divide into. That's who you want to get your information from. If you get your information from someone who's slightly different from you in this place, that may lead to your death. So don't do it. I don't care how happy or non-racist you are in the outside world. You go to prison, you're going to be bound by that racial decree. Because people are terrified. Because it's the ultimate dog-eat-dog world. Is that what we're trying to do out here in society? Are we trying to get so afraid of each other that we have to walk around with shivs or guns or so on and so forth? Well, it seems as though those who are white supremacists are saying yes. I am so terrified it's time to walk around with an AR-15. I'm going to walk around in full battle rattle. But we need to stop doing that. That's making out here like it is in there, which is not what we're supposed to be going for. This is supposed to be the land of the free, the home of the brave. If we instead focus our energy on trying to keep people who are better than us down, not only are we doing a disservice to them, we're doing a disservice to ourselves. I could have just as easily gone to this kid who didn't speak very good English and played with him and learned from him and become even better than him. But that would have taken me being okay with who he was. I didn't see it back then, and I've missed that opportunity. But the non-white people that are here in America are screaming out loud, we're ready for that opportunity. We want to be a part of this team. But some of us are now going to them and saying, you will never be on this team. This team is not for you. And we're going to lose that opportunity. So now not only are we going to be the ones that are fearful of being beaten by someone who's better than us, we will be the people who got defeated by people that are better than us. Humans that have gotten more sun, that tried harder, that were focused on being better as opposed to keeping other people from being better than them. Well, obviously it's no surprise why they're doing better, because they're not interested in holding anyone else back. If anything, they're more interested in letting themselves go free. So, I get it. It's terrifying. And unfortunately, we have all sorts of manipulators who are more than willing to use that fear to their advantage. But we need to recognize that they're not there for us. They are the ones who are at the top, the moneyed people, the powers that be, are already winning. They've already won, more or less. They're sitting as fat cats high in the sky. They don't want to give you what you deserve. They make your life harder than it has to be. And any time that you as a person recognize that the system has been rigged against you, they are more than happy to point outward and say, don't look at me, the person who made all the rules, the person who charges you all the money, the person that constantly wants to take. No. I'm doing that for your benefit. Wink. But what you do need to do is focus on those guys. Look, Afghani fucking immigrants. Oh my gosh, they're going to come over here and they're going to make this place just terrible. It's not me, not the people that I work for that are taking everything that you have, that ensure that no matter how much success you have, I get a cut. You work for me and you die? Oh, I'm going to get paid. Oh, we have police officers, they're there to protect us. I mean, really, they're there to protect the powers that be. It's just sometimes we get some protection too. The system has been rigged. You should be afraid, but you shouldn't be afraid of someone who is just trying to be the best version of themselves. Someone who, like you, is in a system where everything is rigged against them. If they have anything but white skin, it's ultra rigged against them. So now we need to appreciate those of us, the Americans, who are winning against that kind of corruption. Those who are finding success when the system is so rigged against us. And we need to stop holding them back. We need to stop being the ones that beat ourselves back down. if we just took the time to learn, to become better by helping those who are clearly trying harder than us, then we too can find success. But success doesn't come from taking or not allowing others to get success. There's nobody at the top who's suddenly going to be like, oh, you saved us a couple nickels here. Here you go. You can have those couple nickels. No. At best, it's going to be that you get to work in a position where you do something that they need. And as soon as they don't need you, you will go away. Because they don't want you. We're right now developing robot technology. It is no surprise to me that the wealthy people are trying to figure out a way to have labor that doesn't get sick, that doesn't need to get paid. So now, all the money that they're making, what they have to pay just this tiny little fraction out to ensure that you're there to do the work that they need done, now they won't have to pay it anymore. Now it will be all profit. Now what do we need you for? Why would we protect you? You're not a worker. You're not helping me to make all this money. Oh, you're a consumer? Yes, you are a consumer. And that's it. You're no longer an American. We took away your rights. We bought out your representatives. But as we were doing that, we kept pointing out and saying, no, no, no. It's not us. It's those who have darker skin than you. It's those who are trying to stop those who want to take advantage of you. Those are the people that we need to stop from being successful? No. Stopping them stops ourselves. Someone that's fighting for the rights of Americans is fighting for your rights. But we've allowed ourselves to be convinced by the powers that be to oppose them and claim that it's white supremacy, that they're taking from us. We're the ones that are supposed to be the ones holding power. Well, you're not. You're not. Right now, you are the pawn of potentially a pawn. Other people are saying that that's not something that's acceptable to them. That they want to be an American who has rights and liberties and all the stuff that's supposed to be guaranteed to us in the Constitution. But we're not allowing them to do that. Some of us who claim that we are the best are not being the best. We're actually stopping the best from getting the job done. And we're all suffering. So, I get it. And it is terrifying. But the answer is right there. We can either learn from those who are doing better than us, or we can support those who are manipulating us. And there are all sorts of different variations in the middle there. I'm not trying to throw out a false dichotomy here. But I'm on the side of progress. I'm on the side of becoming better, doing better. So, when we say something like, make America great again, that's not supposed to be make America great again by taking away the rights of Americans, empowering the corporations who don't care about the American people, giving more money to the wealthiest people. How does that make America great again? Making America great again is recognizing that the greatness that America has isn't from corporations, isn't from representatives, isn't from the president. It's from us, the people. We are the greatest part of this nation. We are the thing that allows it to be. We are the beacon of freedom in this world. Our representatives, they are trying to hand that beacon, the rights and freedoms that are supposed to be in our hands, over to corporations. The corporations are more than happy to take them because that gives them the ability to do what they do best. Make more. Take more. Give. Num, 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 num. So, I do want to make America great again. But making America great again isn't by standing behind some fucking politician. Somebody who's not going to do anything except what benefits them or their buddies. That's not how it's done. You, the person who I'm talking to and am saying that you might be wrong in so many different ways, would make a better president than the president we have now, the president we had before, probably the presidents we've had in the last, last 16 terms. But that's because slowly but surely they've been representing more and more corporations, less and less you and I. So even you, as being a person who may not be, someone I like, someone I agree with, someone I would have a beer with, I still think that you would make a better representative for me than the people we've got, than the people we've had. So we need to stop backing them because they're not here for us. Those of us who are trying our hardest, those of us who are succeeding in this broken system, those are who we need to support. Those are the people we need to say, oh, you've got something figured out. And it doesn't look as though you're taking advantage of people. You're not like the corporations who have to manipulate and lie and all that kind of stuff. You're someone who's working off the fucking sweat of your own brow, back. I don't know. There's a saying there. But they are the ones that are doing the hard work. Please, just get out of the way. Let the work get done. If you want to be helpful, by all means, support them. Be the thing that stands against those manipulative assholes. Don't buy into their bullshit that, hey, support me. This is a pyramid scheme. Just keep giving me money, and eventually we're all gonna have so much money. No, get money from people you know. Now send it up, and we'll get some back down to you. Just real quick. Just keep sending it up. I got you. Okay. And if you're okay with that, I mean, there's nothing that I'm gonna say. I guess all that I would say is that, then let's not call ourselves patriotic, because corporations are not America. The shitty representatives that are lying and manipulating people, that's not America. I mean, I get that it is in America now. But that's not what's going to lead to our success. That's what's going to lead to the success of very small amounts of people. Those who would gladly run this whole country off the edge of the cliff. But they'll make money off of it, because they'll go down there and they'll salvage all those parts, all those bodies. Because that's what corporations do. They don't need the freedoms. They just don't like that the freedoms are with you. That I, as a corporation, might have to pay you some amount that, allows you to continue living. No, that's not supposed to be how this works. I'm supposed to be able to charge as much as I can and then pay you as little as I can. That's companies. That's corporations. We are the same. Our fates are intertwined. The color of your skin means nothing. Well, that's not true. It does indicate how much sunscreen you're going to need if we go outside. Outside of that, we need to stop allowing other people to tell us that it means something more than our sunscreen amount. And if we as Americans are okay with pushing fellow Americans down to a point where they do not get rights, where they do not get freedoms, you're not a good American. Yeah. That means that you clearly don't understand what the land of the free and the home of the brave was supposed to be about. This is a land by and for citizens. Not white citizens, citizens. So, let's stop getting in the way of the citizens, because there are already enough corporations doing that for you. And if you're okay with that, well, then you and I definitely aren't going to get along.